Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone who's turned up already, and welcome to Newcastle. Let me know who's joined. I can see that there's, I think, 3 or 4 people on. Oh, seven of you are here. Let me know who's here. Give me a wave. Give me a hi, a welcome, a thumbs up, and all of that. Hi, Catherine. Great to see you. So, welcome to Newcastle. Hi, Tish. Good to see you too. And we are starting from a place called The Hill. Hi, Anne. Lovely to see you. And Sarah, welcome. I love my earrings. Do you know they cost me about $3 in Malaysia? And then I packed them away in my suitcase and forgot I had them. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Emily. Welcome home. Yeah, thank you. And I've got something on the screen. Hang on, let me just see if I can get that. Yeah, okay, that's good. And Mary Lou, great to see you. All right, I'm going to turn this camera around because this is what we're here for. Let me do this. Here we go. I did this tour about let me think, about 18 months ago. Actually, it was still with Hago. And I don't know if any of you remember that, but this is called the Obelisk. We're standing on a place called The Hill, and we are overlooking, when we get up there, when we get up to the top of there where the obelisk is, where Richard's standing, we'll be overlooking the ocean. So why don't we do that right now? But before we do that, let me show you. We are actually overlooking, this isn't a great spot, we'll get a little bit higher. We're actually looking over the city, overlooking the city of Newcastle. Hi Jay, welcome. So overlooking the city of Newcastle from here, I'll get up a little bit higher so you can see, because there's a little bit of shrubbery in the way. Hi Bronwyn, great to see you. Okay, early morning here in Newcastle. It is 5:45 in the morning, and sunrise is due at, I think it's 2 minutes to 6. And yeah, thank you Bronwyn. So I'm just trying to walk and not trip over at the same time and read comments. So if I sound like I'm fumbling a little bit, that's the reason. And we've got this obelisk. Now the reason for the obelisk, I'll get to that in a moment, the reason why it's here. But let's get up here and have a look at the city of Newcastle from above. So we've got around about 700,000 people in Newcastle. It's it exists because of coal. We've got a little magpie here. Hello, good morning. Oh, he's gone. He's flown off. Oh, there were 2 of them. Hi Lynn, lovely to see you. And it's not windy at the moment, but my muffles just slipped down slightly. So I just want to make sure that we have that protection there in case the wind picks up. And we are standing on a place called The Hill. And I'm yet to find out what this building is. I'm sorry, I can't give you any information on that, but I do know that there's a hospital somewhere around here. It could be this, but I'm not absolutely certain. It's a lovely building though. And then here we are overlooking the ocean. So the reason for the existence of the obelisk, which is this thing here, originally there was a windmill on this site and it was used for navigation. How's the family, Lynn? Mixed, but I won't go into details because some of it's quite personal, but on the whole, very good. Okay, so this replaced a windmill that originally stood on this site, because when the windmill was ripped up, removed, all the shipping people complained because they did have a nautical marker on this site that was removed, so it was replaced with this obelisk. That was, I think, in the late 1800s. But also on this site is a water storage. So this used to be a reservoir here on this site as well, for water storage. Up until the 1980s it was actually in use. And there's all these, I'll get to those in a moment, we'll have a look. But Rich has just pointed out there's a ship. Is it coming or going? It's going. Oh yeah, the tugboats are coming back. Let's see if I can get in close. Of course, this is the entrance to Newcastle Harbour. So there's a lot of coming and going of shipping for the coal industry. And what we're looking at there, is Nobby's Head, which I've taken you to before. You've been in the UK for 3 months, Bronwyn. Well, I'm glad I'm able to bring you this little piece of home. So that's Nobby's Head out there. I've taken you there before on tours. And then to the right of that, where there is a light, that's Fort Scratchley. We did a sculpture tour there. I'm just going to try not to trip over this water bowl for dogs that's at my feet. Someone's placed a bowl here for doggies. So yeah, I'm still zoomed in. And then we've got this hotel here that overlooks, hi Cynthia, overlooks Newcastle Beach. Let's zoom out again. Where we're going to head to this morning after the sunrise is we're going to head down to Newcastle Baths, which is just down there. So you're going to walk with me. We're all going to head down. Rich is going to take the car down there and meet us down there. But that's where Newcastle Baths is. And I think most of you are aware that we love the ocean baths. Australia has more ocean baths than any other country, and most of them are in New South Wales. So there's, I think, 100 odd ocean baths in New South Wales. Something like 30 of them are in Sydney. And Newcastle has some beautiful ocean baths as well. Now this one dates from, we'll talk about it more when we get down there, but this one dates from the early 1900s. The first swimmers were prior to World War I, in fact, and then it officially opened in 1920. So we're going to head down there during our walk. That's where we're going to end up. I'm not sure how much of a sunrise we're going to get. There's a lot of cloud on the horizon. We're about 8 minutes, I think, away from sunrise. 6 minutes away from sunrise. So we'll see how we go. And of course, if we don't get the sunrise here, as we walk down towards the ocean baths, I'm sure we'll get a spectacular sky as it comes up over this bank of clouds. Have things changed much in your year away? Yeah, a little bit, Lynn. A little bit of change that we've noticed. Weird things like rebranding of petrol stations was one thing I noticed yesterday. Suddenly noticed, this used to be called something else. Hi Claire, how are you going? The temperature here right now is around about 21, and we're heading for 28 today. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here because it rained overnight. This is a directional. Don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, I do know what that is. So it's difficult to see, but it's just showing directions for various landmarks, which are fairly well meaningless to most people here, and I can't read it anyway. No. Charleston. Oh, the Wadigan Mountains is over that way. That's, yeah, I can see a mountain range over there. Hi Claire, did I say hi Claire? I think I did. So yeah, this used to be a reservoir, and it has here first source of water supply, 1885. And then we have the Chichester Dam, second source of water supply. So all these plaques mark out the different Tomago sandbeds, Nelson Bay sandbeds. Nelson Bay, of course, is where I was house sitting, which is about an hour to the north of here. And hi to those who've just joined. I can see that there are 15 people on at the moment. If you haven't already, say hi. I'd love to know who's here with us. Grahamstown, I don't know where that is. This is too small to read. I don't know what this is about. Obelisk Reservoir. Okay, so this talks about the actual reservoir here. Quick, what's happening on the sky? All right, so this says, to the people of Newcastle, Comet Halley commemorative. So there's a time capsule buried here. Look at that. Interesting. I wonder what's in it. Something to do with Halley's Comet though. And there's a little illustration of what Halley's Comet looked like. Back in 1986, I'm guessing.
1910 to 1986.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so the sky's not doing very much. And here I promised you a sunrise. Or because I knew it was going to be sunny all day today. And I wasn't banking on the cloud bank on the horizon. All right, well, given that it's looking like this, we'll start walking. We're going to head down towards the Ocean Baths. Rich is going to take the car down there and he'll probably meet us halfway up the hill, walking back towards us. So we'll head down in that direction. We'll keep an eye on the sky as we go. And we're going to take one last look at the obelisk from down the bottom of these steps. And we'll head down towards the Ocean Baths, which just reopened in December after, it must be at least 2 years that they were closed for renovations. So we're really looking forward to actually getting down there and enjoying the Ocean Baths. Not today. Rich has got to head down to Sydney and pick up some more of our stuff that's stored. Hi, Laurie. Stored in his brother's garage. And Emily asks, will you do more house sits for a change of scenery? Not for a while, Emily. Since we're moving, we're literally shoehorning our stuff into, look at the sky in this direction towards the west. The amount of stuff that we have and the tiny space that we're trying to fit it into is a little bit alarming, especially since we thought we got rid of so much. So I don't quite know how we're going to do it. And so once we're in, I think we're going to stay put for a little while. But you never know. We're always open to possibilities. It's pretty gorgeous, isn't it, Bronwyn? Look at that. There's a step here. I just noticed. I'm glad I didn't keep going while I was looking in that direction. All right, we've got steps. So let's concentrate on the steppery. You got to get down this lot. But the good news is, once we're down the bottom of here, we've taken off a considerable chunk of the downward path towards the coast, towards the water's edge. And let's see if I can take my shoes off when I get down there. What do you think? Should we go for a paddle? It's always a possibility. All right, we have reclaimed our little car. There she is, sitting there. So I am going to head off, and Richard can meet me down at the pool. Paddle please, Tish says. Okay, so this is Ordnance Street that we're heading down. We're going to head down here. I've committed to memory all the street names that I've got to go down, because I'm not a local, not yet. I still have to familiarise myself with this city. I'm really excited to get out there and discover Newcastle. Tish says paddle please. Cynthia says shoes off. Emily says always up for a paddle. I was just going to add or Richard in the pool. Look, you know what? I said to him, are you going to go for a swim? He said, nah, I don't have time. I said, come off it. You've got plenty of time. Because, of course, we're going home for breakfast after this. And then he's jumping in the car for a 3-hour drive down to his brother's place where we stayed the first couple of nights we were here. Oh, hello. Who do you belong to? Oh, there's a person behind me. Okay. He's carrying something. No, he's not. That's just his shaggy face. Saw it from the back. I thought he was carrying something in his mouth. Stupid me. All right, down the hill we go. We are looking for, what was the name of the street? Newcomb, I think it's called. Emily says, you must be excited to have all your normal foods back. Not yet, Emily. We don't have a fridge till tomorrow. So we've been having a lot of eggs on toast and canned soup and stuff like that. And we also don't have a washing machine until tomorrow. So I've been doing hand washing on the days that it's not raining. Yesterday I managed to hang out a very small load, you know, like 3 t-shirts and a few pairs of undies. So yes, I'm really looking forward to getting a fridge tomorrow and a washing machine. In terms of excitement, who'd have thought you'd be excited to get white goods? Okay, look at this gorgeous building up here. This is one I need to learn about. I don't know what it is, but I will find out. Bronwyn says, my best friends live in Newcastle. They love it and we love visiting from Sydney. Lots of fabulous restaurants to enjoy. I'm not sure my budget is going to extend to restaurants, but hopefully we'll be able to treat ourselves occasionally. This is a fairly typical Newcastle house. So it's got the closed in what would have been, I guess, a balcony or veranda. Look at the sunrise in the window, the reflection. Lots of houses like this with the sort of timber and then closed in what would have been a veranda once upon a time. I'm just taking it slow because it's downhill. And we're going to be able to see this sky all the way down the hill towards the pool. And the other thing I need to do is actually get my knees looked at now that I'm back home. You might notice that I'm walking fairly slowly. Lynn says, I have to leave now, but we'll enjoy the recording. Take care, everyone. Bye, Lynn. Have a great day. Thank you so much for popping in. It's lovely to see you. Okay, so we'll head down this way. Just cross the road here. We've got a lovely row of palm trees here, and actually I think the hospital is here, not that building that we saw. And we're looking at some rather lovely terrace houses, modern terrace houses, kind of adopting the style that was originally Newcastle style, but making it more modern. And Emily says, small towns always have the best little restaurants. The town here in Alberta that Mum lives in has the best Mexican restaurant and Chinese takeaway. Oh, the first night we arrived here, Emily, we had Mexican. And it is so good and so cheap. I mean, the food was incredibly cheap. We'd been for lunch, I think it was the day before, to a food court, you know, like in a shopping mall. I managed to get a Thai, what did I have? I had a Thai soup. and the rest of the Thai meals were over $20 in a food court in a shopping mall. And then the Mexican meals that we had in this great little restaurant the other night here in Newcastle were all under $20. You know, the burritos were $17 or something. I had it was called a Melita, which I've never seen anywhere else. And that was, I think it was $15. Such good value. What town is that, Emily? Oh, okay. Tish, you live in Alberta. I wasn't even sure if you were in Canada or the USA, Tish. So you're in Canada. Most of my followers are in Canada. I think Australia and Canada have this really lovely connection. Yeah, Bronwyn, seriously. This was in Narellan, Narellan Town Centre. We had lunch there. Was it Narellan? I think it was in Narellan, yeah. Oh, you live in Virginia? We flew over Medicine Hat, Tina. It was one of the towns on the navigation on our flight from Frankfurt to Dublin. No, that's not right. Dublin to San Francisco. Yeah, Dublin to San Francisco. And what did Cynthia say? Cynthia lives in Virginia as well. Is that right, Cynthia? Am I getting that right? And Emily says, oh, sorry, the comments have scrolled up again. Well, there you go, Lynn. If you take another big trip, come see the Rockies. Oh, I would love to. I would love to travel everywhere, absolutely everywhere. James Fletcher Hospital, there we go. And the thing that's going to stop me travelling in the future is I can't stand the flying anymore. I would love to catch up with everybody in person. So you're all going to have to come to me. There, I've said it. I just can't stand the flying anymore. We broke up our trip as much as we possibly could to get home. Look at this amazing cathedral. It's brilliant, isn't it? And, you know, 10 hours was still really long. So, yeah, the flying part of it isn't fun. And then the security and all of that side of things is really not fun either. All right, Church Street. This is the one we want. We are going to head now down towards the beach. So, yeah, we are really, really glad that we did that big trip. Just a little mosaic number on the wall there. Really glad we made that big trip because it's probably the last time we'll do it. It's just, the travel part of it was amazing, and the countries we visited, we've got absolutely no regrets. But it's just the travel part of it. So we're going to have to do everything a lot closer to home. But Richard's already planning. He's already planning ahead. He wants to live in Malaysia for a couple of months a year. I don't know how we're going to work that out, but you never know. You never know. We might just end up doing something like that. We have a few family situations we need to deal with this year at least. Having elderly parents, it becomes irresponsible to not be here. So, and you know, putting all the load on my brother is not fair. And my niece is pregnant. And she's due in May. And my mother's 90th birthday is in April. So this must be an old pub, I'm thinking. Oh yes, there we go. It's called the Grand Hotel. pretty lovely, isn't it? So we might have to investigate that. And here's the older style terrace house or townhouse. Yeah, Laurie, my parents are in Sydney, on the northern beaches, and my father is 92, just turned 92 last week, same day as Richard's birthday. And we've got Nihon, that sounds Japanese. Nihon University Newcastle campus. If anyone knows anything about that, that sounds Japanese to me. You were going to suggest investigating? I think that's a damn fine idea, Emily. I think we should investigate that pub for sure. So yes, these are the original Newcastle style terrace houses. Your mum's 90th birthday will be in July, Sarah. Mum's pretty good. You probably said, and I forgot. Oh, sorry, I missed your first question. What was that? Didn't realise your parents are there. Okay, so that's what you were replying to. Love them as much as you can, Lynn. Yeah, well, as I said, it's irresponsible to be leaving them, isn't it, at that age? Looks like Bourbon Street, New Orleans. I've never been there, Tina, but I guess from photos it possibly does a little. And I guess this style was duplicated in many parts of the world. I'm thinking London. Okay, we are almost at the beach. Just need to cross this road first. And Laurie says, oh, I missed it again. Laurie says, you're saying you married a guy who has your father's birthday. Yeah, we've got a few of those sort of things in our family. This tour is a good lead-in to my return to Australia in 2 weeks, Bronwyn. Excellent. I'm tempted to, oh, this is Fletcher Park. All right, okay, I will go up here just briefly. I think there's a gorgeous view from here, looking at the map. And this guy over here, this statue, is James Fletcher. What made that pretty sound? That bird you just heard, I think was a currawong. I'd have to go back and listen to it again. But I think that was a currawong, Tina. I didn't catch much of your time in the US. How was it? I didn't actually do too many tours in the US. The first week I was with my brother. And then a few days with Annette in Sacramento. I didn't really get the time. Hi, Natalie. So James Fletcher was a pioneer in the coal industry. He came out from Scotland. He was a child miner. So at the age of 9 years old, he was already mining coal in Scotland. And then he came out here, and with his experience, he was put to work in various mines around the area, and then eventually became a bit of a captain of industry. Okay, time to be quiet and listen to the sea. So there is a coastal walk down there, and I'm going to have a go at that at some point as well. But for today, I just really wanted to make the most of what I thought was going to be a beautiful sunrise, but we still get to see a beautiful sky here anyway. It's pretty beautiful, isn't it? So once upon a time, like when I was in my teens, for example, in early 20s, I would never have considered coming to Newcastle because it was a a mining town. It was unattractive. There was a lot of industry. There was the steelworks, and it was really just a lot of heavy industry. Never would have considered coming to Newcastle, but it's all been, the steel industry is closed down in this area. So the big factories have closed, and a lot of the old workers' cottages have been either demolished or renovated. And then you have, it's literally been turned into a destination. So I think when Bonnie came out, she stayed in one of these places. I think it was here. Might have been a bit further down. Might have been one of those ones down there. All right, let's get down to the baths. Really looking forward to seeing them again. Okay. Well, there's a bit of a controversy happening right now. Well, it's been happening for the last year or two. The government wants to put an offshore wind farm off the coast of Newcastle and Port Stephens, which, if you remember, is the area that I lived in when I was living in Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay is the town, and Port Stephens is the area. Looks like a skate bowl down there. A lot of people are being, there's an anti-wind farm movement being whipped up, largely driven by the mining industry. It's not in the interest of the coal mining industry to support renewables. Bronwyn says, one of my friends lived in an old miner's cottage in Cardiff South. It was a lovely little cottage. How far is Port Stephens from here? Yeah, the little mining cottages are absolutely gorgeous, Bronwyn. And I've got a theory on why they've lasted so well. How far is Port Stephens from here? The actual local government area is across the river, across the Hunter River. So it starts literally across the river from Newcastle. But the actual port itself is about, like where Nelson Bay is about an hour's drive north of here. So need this peaceful moment, thank you, says Cynthia. You're very welcome. And Jay says, wind farms are important, but surely there's a better place. Yeah, well, Jay, the thing is, they'll be 45 kilometres off the coast. You won't be able to see them. You won't be able to see them. They're so far out, there'll be a dot on the horizon. And right now, what we're looking at, if you actually have a look, let's zoom in on it. That's a coal ship. So, and I'm sorry about the tilted horizon. I tried to get it level before I went live. I mean, I don't hear anyone kicking up a fuss about the coal ships going up and down the coast that are visible from shore. So it seems to me it's a bit hypocritical, but there you go. That's just I'm trying to zoom out again. Maybe that's it. Same problem here, Laurie. Yeah, so we're going to expect, we've got an election coming up before May. We have to go to the polls before May. And we can expect there's going to be a lot of misinformation and disinformation about anything to do with energy, because I'm still so sure it's zoomed there, that's better. Yeah, definitely, Bronwyn. Definitely, there's a lot of that. You've got the fishing clubs being whipped up. Oh, it's going to affect the fishing. You've got environmentalists being whipped up. It's going to affect the whales. Well, as I understand it, the noise that comes from sonar, from shipping, causes more damage to whales than anything that's going to be above the sea line. I mean, I'm no expert, that's just what I hear. Canada is getting a new PM2 with Trudeau stepping down. Yeah, I heard that. And it was quite sudden too. It was almost as if, there's Richard, it was almost as if, he's turned around and gone, yeah, I don't want to deal with this Trump fellow. I'm going to get out before the trouble starts. Laurie says he didn't want to have to deal with Trump. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, that was exactly my thought, Laurie. And Natalie says, hi Richard.
Hello.
Emily says there's been a lot of infighting within the Liberal Party, your Liberal Party. So your Liberal Party are your sort of less conservative, is that right? Because our Liberal Party are the conservative side of politics here, which confuses everybody. Okay, we're heading to the pool. Looks like we've got a parking spot just here, is that right? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I think it has to be. That has to be the reason. I don't know. You guys have obviously got a closer to the action than we are. But is it windy? Am I getting wind noise? All right, let's have a look along the coast while we're standing here. People out running. And does anyone remember the tour? Sorry. So, okay, you can probably just see on that cliff face there, the coal seam running through. So there's two definite lines there, and they are frozen. Oh, frozen. People are saying frozen. I'm going to keep walking then. People are saying it's frozen. Look where we are. Look where we are, and they're saying it's frozen. Oh, thanks, Tish. Everyone's saying. Tish says refresh because I'm back. I can't believe this though. I mean, standing literally in the middle of Newcastle and it's frozen. I mean, really? Thanks, everyone. Glad you're back. All right, we are going to get. Oh, look, there's a little Vespa. Yeah, I want one of those. Which way? Down here. Okay, we've got to go down this ramp. Okay, so if it was remember, I think where you lost me was where I said that we did a tour of the bogey hole, a pool, and Richard jumped into the pool, and that's just around that one spot. Probably switch. Frozen again. Frozen on my pointing finger, apparently. Natalie said refreshed and now completely gone. Oh, geez. All right, I'm just going to keep walking and hopefully you're going to be all back. You're back now? Thank you, Tish. Geez, not having much luck this morning, am I? Okay, let's look at the sun while we've got it, while we've got a signal. And we're heading towards the pool over here. I just want you to see the beautiful building. Because the building itself, the entrance to the Newcastle Ocean Bar, which it was built in 1920. I'm excited to see it. We're nearly there, hang in there. All right, so you're a little bit behind, are you, Natalie? Okay. So this is the surf club, or at least it's the lookout tower for, they'll be looking out for sharks and also for people in trouble. So that's where the lifesavers would be stationed, up in that tower there. And then we've got change rooms and showers. And something that we take very much for granted, I mentioned this on my tour the other day from DY, something we take very much for granted is that, you know, access to the beach is free, access to the change rooms and the showers is free. If I've never mentioned that before, it's because I just took it for granted. I didn't realise it was unique. So yeah. And then we've got a little coffee kiosk here. Lots of people out enjoying the beautiful morning. Yeah, exactly, Bronwyn. The lookout tower is kind of like an Art Deco design as well. The sun is really blinding me. You know, I'm trying not to blind you guys, so I'm pointing the camera away from it. Noah's, that might be the place where Bonnie stayed. Emily says there's a new show on TV in North America called Rescue High Surf, based on lifeguards in Hawaii, the North Shore of Oahu. It's really good. Bit like Bondi Rescue, Baywatch. Here we've got beach volleyball nets set up. So I'm going to wait till we actually get to this shallow pool alongside the main pool before I take my shoes off. That's where I'll take my shoes off and have a little paddle. Did you visit the UK and catch up with Bonnie? No, Bronwyn. We visited Ireland. So I caught up with some people I used to work, well, with a guy I used to work with when I lived in the UK. So we spent, how many nights? 3 nights? Mm-hmm. 3 nights in Dublin, or just to the north of Dublin. We stayed near a town called Trim, which is where Braveheart was filmed. So that was beautiful, really lovely. All right, nearly there, everyone, nearly there. I didn't get a chance, Emily. I was only there, only had 2 days, and we were staying an hour out of Dublin, and 2 days went literally in a flash. So I really didn't get a chance to catch up with Dave. Would have liked to, but that time is just so short, especially when you're someone's guest as well. So I let Colin do all the organising. Okay, here we go. Look, the seagulls are out there having a swim. This is called the canoe pool. I'm not sure why. I mean, logically it means people get in there with canoes, but I don't know why they get in here with canoes. It seems a bit small to me. All right, so where are we going to go? Straight up to the... Can you get right in? Like, yeah? I'm missing comments because it's... A lot of Braveheart was filmed around Fort William, Scotland too, Emily says. And 2 days would have passed like lightning. Yeah, it did, Bronwyn, really did. So this is the entrance to the pool. But you can get in this way over here, which is where we're going to go. Mary Lou says, I got to run, Lynn. Thank you for this beautiful walk. You're very welcome, Mary Lou. And come back and catch up with the last 10 minutes when you get a chance. Just sort of scroll ahead, fast forward through it. There, look at this. Very lovely. I have a feeling we're going to be spending a lot of time down here. So I need to be a little bit sensitive to people and not invading their privacy. So I'm not going to get too close to anybody. But this is the lovely old building here. That sun is blinding. This is all free, guys, all free. I love this about Australia. I love our ocean pools. Absolutely love them. So why do they have that thing right in the middle? What's that for? Really? Okay. Yeah, I do. I'm going to take my shoes off somewhere. Rich is going to hold the camera while I take my shoes off.
Live stream.
Live stream from Armenia. 2 on top. Fuck 2-2. Now what's this?
You on? Good work.
Why do you need to see me when these guys are much better performers?
Yeah, they want to be on the film. There's a question, which country had the warmest ocean? I'd say Vietnam.
No, you said
Yeah.
it's all good.
Which is the Pacific. That's the Pacific Ocean. Okay. All right. That was my paddle. It's beautiful. Sorry?
Oh, I didn't see the live stream.
These guys are natural performers. What did I get in Malaysia? The pants. Yeah, pants rolled up.
What are you live streaming?
YouTube.
Oh, yeah. How much subscribers you got?
How many followers? Not many, only 500.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Thanks for being performers for us.
Yeah, how many people are watching?
Right now, it's only a few, only 10 right now. They're all in Canada though. So say hi to Canada.
Go in Canada, go in Canada, what? 2-4 on top of it. Hey, come Australia, top down.
Well, most of them are in Canada. I missed some of those tours because of the day. What? What am I looking at?
It's quite well done, isn't it? The seats.
Oh yeah, we've got the bleachers up there. My camera's doing funny things, it's turned sideways. And one here not in Canada. Oh, hello, Susanna. Lovely to see you. Did you just turn up now, or have you been here the whole time? Sneakily watching. There's more than one not from Canada. We've got, yeah, the Netherlands and USA and everywhere as well. Okay, look at this. This is Newcastle, everyone, and we are going to see lots more of it. But I'm going to finish up here. My gimbal's doing funny things. It's turned sideways right now. Emily says, tell them to enjoy summer while Canada has snow. And yeah, I know. I was disingenuous, wasn't I, Sarah? I should have mentioned the UK as well. Okay, I'm going to try and sort this thing out. Did you do this? Why is it turned like that? Karen, hi Karen. I haven't seen you for ages. Lovely to see you. All right, we're going to have one last look around. One last look around before I finish up. And we will come here again because it is so beautiful. Look at the reflections of the buildings on the water there. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and we are going to finish up. Let's turn this camera around. And all right, thanks everyone for coming along. It's been a beautiful morning. The next tour I do will be probably from my place. I'm going to give you a little tour of what we've moved into. So where am I Wednesday is probably going to be from the new granny flat. I think that's what I'm doing. Anyway, we'll see. I haven't decided yet, but probably that's where I'll be. So come along and see that. The tour will take about 5 seconds. I'm not sure why I would do a tour of my place. There's nothing to see, except that you've all been so curious. Okay, thanks everyone, and bye for now.